Hi, peace and blessings. My name is Jovhannah. I'm also known as the Spiritual Love Healer. And I wanted to share something that was like really close to my heart and that I am working on, which is called Healing Single Mother. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I offer spiritual coaching, life coaching, energy healing, that type of thing to really help support people on their journey to inner peace, wholeness, and love. And that can be from an abusive relationship, some sort of trauma in life, lacking self-love for yourself. So there are different avenues of why people come to work with me. But really, I have a soft spot for women, namely women who are single mothers. And I've kind of felt this nudge to really speak to that because I am a single mother myself. I have two girls. One of my daughters, she is 16, and then I have a 4-year-old who you will probably see most likely. But, there's a lot of trauma around, first of all, around being a single mother. Especially if you are in a relationship with someone and you think like, yes, this is it, we are in love, this is going to be forever, we're about to be, this family on fleek, and then they disappear or they start mistreating you. It causes a lot of trauma and guilt, and we can internalize that. And then there's just, the stress of doing it on your own, the stress of like, okay, how am I going to take care of all of these things? So again, you're internalizing more negative energy. And then on top of that, the world is looking at you like, oh, well, she should have known better. And look at her with, whatever she has going on. And there's just all of this stuff that's just kind of thrown your way. And if you're anything like me, you put on that I'm a strong woman look, that you just put your armor on and you go out into the world and you do the best that you can. But what can happen is all of that stuff that we're internalizing, it shows up in our life in different ways. It might show up in our relationships, whether it's intimate relationships, whether it's friendships, whether it's family stuff, and it shows up in how we parent our children as well. So there's a lot of ways that motherhood can impact us. And so those are some of the things that I want to explore, but I really want to help single mothers have a space where they can realize I'm just a mom, I'm a mother. I don't want to have to put single in front of that anymore because that denotes lack. And that's what we no longer are accepting in any areas of our lives. It's okay to be a single mother, whether you are a single mother by choice, whether you are a single mother by circumstance, or I guess those are the only two options. Some women decide that, I want to go this route to have a child and I will be a single parent. And there are others that happens by circumstance. Maybe your partner got into an accident or something and they were killed, or maybe they just walked away, So there should be no judgment, no shame, no anything around being a single mother. And I know that it's hard. And sometimes you feel like you can't talk about it because everybody's like, oh, well, you shouldn't have did X, Y, and Z. And that's a whole nother topic to discuss, is how all of the blame and responsibility is placed on the mom. So now you have to shoulder the guilt of, well, I had sex and that's how I became a mom, and it's all your fault, but nobody ever wants to talk about the other party that was involved. And so there's so many dynamics to this. And one of the things that I have been looking at is mother trauma. And when I say mother trauma, I mean like things that happen from our womb, from us becoming mothers, because not only do we lose ourselves as we once were, right? Because we change into we change. We're no longer who we were before we had children. Our bodies change. The things that we are concerned about change, or they should in most cases. And so there's loss in that. Becoming a mother is beautiful, but there are still things that are lost along the way. And sometimes part of that trauma comes from your partner or mate, whoever that may have been, leaving as well. So I want a space to where we can open up and talk about some of the deeper level things that affect us, some of the more energetic spiritual aspects of parenting, of motherhood, of how we can get our lives together, how we can be more productive, how we can be more organized, more present, more mindful, more loving, more happy, more on purpose, and more in alignment with who we truly want to be. So I created Healing Single Mothers, and I'm going to put a link in the description box. So if you are a single mother, if you know a single mother, I want you to share this group with them, because this is like my baby. I really am excited about creating this group. And I've had a Facebook group before, and it just kind of was like, this is nice, but this feels very much purpose-driven and led from my heart. And I remember seeing, like, somebody posted, single moms, like, Christmas is like 5 or however many months away, like, get ready. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Like, okay, great. And then I go and look in the comments, and people were talking so much trash about how single moms can't do this for their kids, you know, in the holidays, and they're always, you know, it was just very negative. And I want a space where, instead of that judgment, we can say, okay, yeah, Christmas is coming, you know, let's plan, like, what do you need in order to help you prepare for that? If that's something you partake in, what resources are available if you don't have it financially to set money aside, and how can we get you to a point where you can start setting money aside. Like, I want this group to change your life, to change your family's life. Not even having to work with me personally, but just by being a part of the group. There will be, you know, offerings as far as like the spiritual coaching and healing work that I do, if you want to take advantage of that. But it's not, the group's purpose is really for support. It's for support, for encouragement. And I'm really excited. So please join me, and thank you for watching.